Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting the focus on the amazing things and the amazing people behind them in Beaver County. The Best of Beaver County is sponsored by and content is provided by St. Barnabas. The show airs every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 on WBVP, WMBA, 99.3 FM, and Facebook Live. Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romigh to introduce today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romigh, and since 1900 and counting, St. Barnabas has been caring for people in southwest Pennsylvania and now in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties. A full continuum of care is offered to our residents and patients. Additionally, through our medical center, St. Barnabas provides a full dentistry, home health and home care, hospice and palliative care. As a leader in the healthcare industry, St. Barnabas continues to be focused on the needs of the community and our residents now and in the future. The St. Barnabas Health System offers solutions to healthy living by providing residents, patients, and our communities with opportunities to enhance their daily lives. To that end, the intent of our radio show is to introduce you to successful people who are having a positive impact in the greater Pittsburgh communities. Each month, we'll bring you topics of interest to enlighten, entertain, and educate you, as we look forward to having insightful conversations benefiting you and your family's well-being. With the guest of today's show, we hope we can do just that, and I'm sure we will. Please join me in welcoming Mary Ours, KDKA-TV Meteorologist. Here's Mary with the weather.
Hello. Okay, so what do you want to know? It'll be absolutely beautiful today. Temperatures in the 80s, finally comfortable. High pressures to thank for all that, and tomorrow is also going to be absolutely gorgeous.
Wonderful. We were watching you on TV this morning, and I'm working on the computer, and I said to Mike, well, who's the meteorologist? She said, that's Mary Ellen Ours.
Oh, Mary
she still calls you Mary
yes.
Ellen.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just telling somebody that the other day.
Yeah.
That's what my whole family called me, was Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen.
Yeah. When did you drop the Ellen?
When I was probably 5.
No,
I would always correct people like in school when my teachers would be like, Mary Ellen, and I'm like, it's just Mary. Just Mary.
Well, you are all over the place. KDKA meteorologist, as everybody knows, but native of Beaver Falls. Yeah. And I got to tell you, one of the first things that when I see your Facebook, because we're Facebook friends, I say, she is crazy with this Facebook stuff. Yeah. You are the biggest promoter, and it's great because you're all over the place with your coworkers, with everything that you got going on. And I said, this is what stations really have tried to achieve, is somebody who could do social media.
Yeah, and you know what? While you were reading that intro, I did a little video on Instagram stories and put we're live, tune in, and tag the location.
Oh, so wonderful. See how quickly you could do that.
Super fast. Yeah. It's like, it's crazy because I started off in Steubenville back in, it was 2013, November 2013. And Facebook, they made me get a Facebook, and it was with the station. I didn't have Twitter, and I hated Twitter because all my friends were on Twitter, and I never was. So they would make fun of me because I wasn't on it, and I'm like, I just don't like Twitter. I still don't really like Twitter that much, but I'm on it. And so I got Facebook. I was really never on that either, but then it just started evolving, and then you just have to continuously do it. But now I'm like obsessed with doing TikToks and doing Instagram Reels, and it's just so fun.
Well, everything. I mean, you dance on there, you get your coworkers involved, and they don't even do as much as you do. So you've got to be a hit with management at KDKA.
Yeah, we just got a new news director, Sean, and he loves it. He loves dancing. My GM is finally came to the side of all of this, when I explain it to him and go through it, because he doesn't really have social media too much, just Twitter, just to keep tabs on everything. But yeah, it's certainly evolving. It's fun. And I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were like, where does this stem from? I'm like, I grew up with a camcorder and dancing in front of a camcorder, growing up. I've never changed.
Yeah. Was that now that you're a professional in the business and doing really well, is that a part of how it all evolved for you, that you can fall back on your training as a dancer, as an actor and all that stuff?
So I think it was during the pandemic, whenever TikTok got really big. So I was just, I would just do little dances. And then I took a little bit of a hiatus whenever I got pregnant with Wally. And then I got back into it, because then I'm following all these moms and getting mom tips. And these moms are just jamming out. And I'm like, I could do this. I'm not too old for this.
Yeah. Right.
Like, why not? I can be informative. So now I have my Wacky by the Wood Wednesday and all that fun stuff. And my Mary Breaks Down Your Hours. I was trying to think of something fun to do with my last name for a while. And I was driving home one day and it came to me. And I'm like, this is great. Like, finally just embracing it.
Is there anything that's off limits as far as you're concerned? Because I got to bring this up. I saw one time, not too far in the past, that you were talking about you had your second child, and you posted something about your husband having a vasectomy.
Oh yeah, here, listen. Okay, so, all right.
What do you have to say about that?
Yes. So I got a little bit of stuff for that, but I told my news director. He was like, just be a little more private. I'm like, well, I had a kid, and everyone knows I gave birth to children. Yeah. So why can't I talk about how we're preventing it? I mean, it's life. I'm very open, and I'm a very, I don't really care what people think about me type of person. But I was like, it's fine. I'll just leave it for my private friends. Totally get it. Like, it's totally fine. And I get there's, lines that people want to draw in like the world of professionalism, but I just feel like the world's changing.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was really funny,
and
though.
It's a totally responsible act for a married couple. You talk about it. You say, well, we have our 2 kids. We don't want any more. Yeah. So let's do this.
Yes.
And since he's 50% of the whole deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was like, don't take a video of me. He didn't know I did that, obviously. But, and then my friends, obviously, they love it and stuff. And they're like, I wanted to do that for my husband, but got a good laugh. And I think it's important too that people realize, like, I'm a real person. Right. Like, I'm a meteorologist, but I'm also a mom. I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to joke. I swear. I mean, like, you do everything, even though, you're a real
professional.
person.
Yeah. You have to put on the professional appearance and all that stuff. But do you ever think, in terms, because you show your kids on there all the time as well, and you have follow. I'm not a stalker. I just, but I sometimes read some of the comments, and they're like 90% male. Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking, do you want to play that up, or is it kind of like uncomfortable because they see you out in public and they think they know you?
I think this is my new saying. It's a them problem, not a me problem.
Yeah.
They can do whatever, say whatever they want, but whatever their issue is and why they say things they do, that's their problem, not mine. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah,
and your husband is totally cool with it. He doesn't pay
He's so used to it by now. Yeah. He just totally ignores it. And he's such a good sport. We're completely opposite. He's not big in social media. He's very laid back and... But he'll see funny TikToks and stuff like that. And I was like,
does he like you? Does he like that you're such a celebrity and professional in the market? Does he?
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's really proud of me.
Going to the supermarket and stuff like that.
Yeah. He keeps an eye out whenever we're in public and stuff. But he doesn't mind it.
The kids, when you're out to dinner or anything like that, and people come up and talk to you.
Vivi doesn't. She doesn't even realize. She doesn't even realize.
Yeah.
I don't even think she realizes. Like she's a little girl who's so sassy. She likes to steal the spotlight. So, if I'm doing a dance or I'm singing or something, Mommy, I want to do it too. And I'm like, well, come on in, girlfriend. Let's do it. Let's do a dance. And she dances and like poses and I love it because I'm like, you know what? I want little girls to just be free to be whoever they are. And with times changing and everything, I just feel like, just embrace it. And love yourself and be confident, and she's gonna have hopefully she has so much confidence when she gets older. And
how can she not, right?
Right? How can she not?
and those all began in your home because you guys used to dance in your pajamas together.
Yes.
Yeah. And now I think I saw her the other day when you posted something about Steelers and that. Wasn't she in that video as well?
Oh, so no, it was actually Jesus, the Jesus guy. It was his daughter, and she reminded me of my daughter so much. She was 6, and my daughter's 4. But and I was like, oh my God, people are probably gonna think that's my daughter, because that's what whenever I did that, I'm like, holy crap. Yeah.
So what was that video all about?
Okay.
What's happening? I mean, you're doing the weather, you're doing all these other things. Now are they getting you involved in the sports and the fandom?
So I sang the national anthem for the start of season 3 for Fan Nation. Oh, okay. So it airs on the 27th of August, I believe. So they're editing it together and everything. I haven't seen it. I just have a few videos, but it's going to be super cool.
That is awesome.
I know.
Were you nervous?
No.
No. Well, how big is that crowd there for that?
Well, it's there were only maybe like 10 people there, and then just random strangers. So I'm just standing on the corner, right in front of Acrisure Stadium singing. Okay. And then this will air. I know Acrisure Stadium, and then this will air on I think KDKA and the CW. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Were you worried about forgetting the lyrics?
No.
You're good with that?
I've sang the national anthem so many times. Right? I actually remember years and years ago in high school, whenever the radio station, this radio station, they did one of the Beaver Falls basketball games that I sang the national anthem on. Okay. And I remember after I was done, they were like, "Oh, we've got the next Christina Aguilera." And I was like, "Mommy, oh my gosh, they just got me Christina Aguilera." And I was probably maybe 14.
Yeah,
15,
yeah,
14,
that's cool. Yeah,
but I'm definitely not. I'm not no Christina Aguilera.
But one of your classmates or one of the other people who went to school at the same time, Chelsea Hurt in Beaver Falls, sings the national anthem. Penguins, Pirates, Steelers, all that stuff.
I know. Her voice is so beautiful. I remember her whenever she was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just want to be like that." Like I just loved it. Yeah, it was mesmerizing. Love it. That's so cool.
Very good. So as far as I think it was maybe 2 years ago that we had you on last time. How have things been going since? And your career just seems to be skyrocketing.
Yeah. Just being a mom, and I'm busy being a mom, and that's really it. Just trying to figure out how to balance 2 kids because it's really hard, and work, and it's just doing all the social media stuff, just getting my name out there.
Well, that's going to be a little challenging because if you do mornings like you're doing this week, you have to get up at 3 or something like that, right?
I got up at 2:30.
2:30 this morning,
and yesterday morning.
Does she look like she's tired? No.
It's all the makeup. Makeup tutorial is on Instagram. People always ask me how do you get everything to look so like I don't know, matte looking and staying on forever. Just a whole bunch of stuff, throw it on.
But you have to have a good support system then, because if you're working early in the mornings or afternoons or weekends even, because you do some weekends, you're up early on Saturdays and Sundays, I see that, and you have to have a support system for those kids.
Yeah, my husband now works from home, so he's watching the kids while he's working right now until I get home, but Wally will nap from like 10 to noon, and then my mother-in-law and my mom watch the kids whenever they can. So
so they're being spoiled when you're not there.
They are spoiled. They are spoiled.
Now Wally is how old now?
16 months.
16 months.
Well, I guess he'll be 17 months at the end of this month.
Yeah, well, my daughter has a baby who's 16, almost 17 months.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a fun age.
Yeah. Oh, it is, especially for a grandparent. You're chasing them all over the place.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
We're their favorite toys. You know that.
I know. Yeah. Or like a dog toy or a water bottle, or like he bites the handles on the rocking horse. I'm like, just get on the rocking horse. Stop biting the handle of the rocking horse.
And now we talked about you having 2 children.
Yeah.
That you're content with 1 boy and 1 girl.
Yeah, we know we're not having any more. My husband got snipped, so we know that. I am so happy with just 1 boy, 1 girl. Yeah. I don't think I could handle a 3rd kid. Oh, nope.
Is this what you always, I know we talked about this before, that you had a different direction, and then in college you went to Point Park, and somebody said, hey, read this and use this green screen, and it all worked out well for you.
And it all clicked, and it's just like, I really hate, to be like everything's fell into place, but it really, it's so weird how everything falls into place. Like, just everything happens for a reason. I always say that. My husband's like, that's so corny that you say that. I'm like, but it does. But like, I was a gymnast, and I broke my arm when I was 12. So then I got into musicals, and then if I didn't get into musicals, I wouldn't have wanted to go to Point Park, and then I wouldn't have went into broadcasting, and then wouldn't have been here.
Wow. You know her, you love her, you can't get enough of her, and we're proud to have her here today and to say she's from Beaver County, Beaver Falls, and she's going to be doing more in the county in the future. We'll talk more about that, but you see her all the time on KDKA News. Mary Ours is the meteorologist for KDKA, and we'll continue our conversation on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
It's been stated before that working at St. Barnabas is compassionate work with excellent career opportunities. In addition, we've heard when you enjoy what you're doing, it's not work. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen in to what motivates their employees.
Hi, my name's Susan Elleteri. I'm grateful for my nursing career and the satisfaction that excellent care brings. This alone keeps me coming back every day. When our residents look forward to seeing us and are thankful for our excellent care, it goes a long way. Keeps me coming back every day.
Find out about the exceptional career opportunities St. Barnabas has to offer by visiting stbarnabashealthsystem.com/careers for more information, or by calling 724-444-JOBS. That's 724-444-5627. Find out why St. Barnabas is apart from the ordinary.
And here we are live on the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. And our guest this morning is Mary Ours, meteorologist for KDKA-TV. I don't need to tell you that, but we've been talking about all the other things that she does in her life. She's the mother of two. She and her husband are happily married, and he doesn't mind at all her being such a celebrity in the region. Do you have, do you aspire, because I know you talk about Denver, and you said before you came in that you're heading to Denver. Do you ever aspire to go to a different market?
No.
No.
Nope.
Very happy here.
I love KDKA so much. Like, I just love that it's home. That's so important. And I just feel like everyone's just so supportive there. It's like my hours, they're a little rough sometimes. Right. But I feel like it's totally worth it. There's days where, of course, I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I'm so tired today. But then you go in, and then I get up there, and I get in the studio and I start forecasting, and then it's just like you just do it, and it's just so natural.
There's an adrenaline.
It's like an adrenaline. Yeah. You just keep going. Like, I couldn't fall asleep. But if I'm sitting at home watching a movie, I'm out. But when you're at work, you just
so the Mary Ours we see on TV, once the makeup's gone and the wardrobe's gone, it's just the same Mary Ours.
Same person.
Always bubbly.
Yeah, I need to keep. Oh no, I yell at my kids a lot too. I love just to relax and binge watch TV shows and drink some wine and relax.
What are you binge watching now?
So we just finished. Why can't I think of it now? Okay. It's on Netflix. It's the one with the superheroes. The Boys.
Okay.
The Boys.
Yeah.
We just finished that. We finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's really good. We love Stranger Things. Finished that. What else?
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
So in a couple weeks or so, you're going to be back on 7th Avenue in Beaver Falls in the 13 to 1400 block, because you're going to be at the Carnegie Library.
I am. Yeah, I was sitting at. Renika? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, with my friend, because she works there. So she came, the lady from the library.
Amanda.
Amanda.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you know Amanda. Yeah, so I'm going to see her.
I went to school with your mother. I went to school with Amanda's mother.
I know.
As a matter of fact.
I know. I love them. So she's like my family. And so the lady from the library came up to me and was like, I'm a fan. Do you do this? I'm like, oh, absolutely. She goes, no, really? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'll come down and do it. Like, that's fine. I like coming and doing talks and, educating young minds and just giving them a little motivation and, letting them know that they don't have to know what they want to do whenever they're young. And, things will fall into place, and be you, be true to yourself. I honestly do wish back whenever I was at Point Park that somebody would have told me, like, just be you. Because I feel like in the beginning of the business, you are told to cut your hair a certain way, talk a certain way, look a certain way, dress a certain way. And I just it's like, then you lose yourself. You want people to fall in love with who you are as a person, and then that's how they trust you.
And then after they break you down and make you do all that stuff, then they say, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I forgot who I was.
So I'm finally, I've got my family, I'm where I want to be in life, and I feel like I'm finally just learning to live. And it's really nice. It's really
wardrobe, do you supply your own wardrobe, or do they dress you in the morning?
So some people get stuff from Macy's, but I usually I have so many dresses, it's terrible. If my husband's listening, plug your ears, I do buy a lot of clothes. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, but I'm a bargain shopper too. So I do a lot of bargain shopping.
Well, we have this thrift store right down the road, the Beaver County Humane Society. You can help the animals.
Some thrift shopping is so fun, especially I'm so into that retro look now. Whenever I'm off air, I'm wearing a T-shirt with biker shorts and all of that.
Yeah, very good. And as far as the weather is concerned, a lot of people will post boy, I should have gone to school to be a meteorologist, because you can be wrong
I know,
3/4 of the time and they'll still pay you.
Yep, I get that. If I had a penny for every time someone said that, I'd be a millionaire. So, oh yeah, I get that all the time. But I go by weather models, and sometimes I'm honest on air too. I'm like, this weather model is not agreeing with the others. This one's showing, more rain into areas north, and now it's shifted south. But especially, weather is hard to predict. Nobody can predict the future. You just use what tools that you have and try to apply it, and then try to deliver the best forecast you can do. Mother Nature has a mind of her own, so
It all depends on wind shifts and all that kind of stuff.
Yep,
right?
all of that, all the systems.
So this summer, now we're not out west where they're getting 125 degrees,
gosh, yeah.
but it has been hot and humid here.
It has been really humid. We were in that stretch. It was the last couple weeks, and then we finally got relief, but just high pressure just wasn't moving. Got a lot of moisture.
Is there any reason for that? Atmospheric conditions? Just Mother Nature.
It's just Mother Nature. We just did a story on this with the National Weather Service. Well, John Shumway did, and talking about, is this normal? And it's like, we actually weren't even hitting 90 degrees when we were forecasting it, because we had so much humidity, so much moisture in the atmosphere, and then we got all of that rain all at one time. And it was so hard for areas to recover from the flooding because the ground was so dry. So when it's so dry, when you go through this drought period, it's hard for that water to absorb into the ground. So they were getting all these flash flooding, and people think, that's so much water, but really it's just like poor drainage areas, and all of that have to do with it.
And that's here in Michigan. The lakes are drying up, and all this is happening. And will we recover from those sort of things, or is the whole landscape going to change?
I think if we all, take part in the environment and do things to help out the world, I think we can. I don't think it's too late for things to change. The earth is an old place, so.
Well, many years ago, I worked at Gateway Center, and so I was there for Snowmageddon.
Yes.
I was there, floods and different things like that. So the earth has a tendency to heal itself, but we do come into those problems. Are we expecting anything like that? Is this winter going to be a milder winter because we've had such a mild summer or a hot summer?
What's funny? We do these winter weather forecasts, and, we look into, La Nina, El Nina, and so many times, we own it too, they're wrong, because it only takes one big snowstorm to throw everything off. Everything that you scientifically went through and looked through. No, we'll get a couple months right. Absolutely. Things stay above average. I believe, we were so far off even for temperatures, and I stayed near normal when I was predicting, because I was like, it should be a near normal with a neutral La Nina, and no. Nope. So I've just chalked it up to, I'm going to do the best that I can do. I'm going to put my science to the test, and I'm going to try, and we'll see what happens.
Were you good in science in school?
Yes and no. Okay. I feel like in college, yes. Okay. In high school, kind of. I just didn't really apply myself.
And in terms of the weather and how the weather is constantly changing, what models do you look at? Because I know many years ago it used to be AccuWeather. Everything was AccuWeather out of State College and different places that we used to get the weather. What are you using now?
Yeah, so there's the North American model, the Canadian model, the HER, and we go through, with our system that we have, there's a whole bunch of algorithms and our futurecast, so I'll go in and all of them are together in one. So I can roll through them, and I can go to the side of my monitor and I can pick whatever model. Usually we stay with just one particular that'll kind of give an average of everything. So the algorithms work with WSI. So that's what really helps. But especially with snow, that's a big one where I really, really look at the models too. And recently the models have been terrible with predicting pop-up showers and storms because it's summer. Those are the worst things to predict. But with snow, the European model is usually pretty good with it and pretty accurate. And then other models will catch up to it. So it depends on all the moisture. And you have to take into consideration too, whenever you look at different weather models, because people don't think that we actually forecast sometimes, I usually just try to take the average of them. And when I talk about percentages of rain, because people always ask about that, I'm sure you heard this, it's not really, there's a formula. We don't really use the formula. A lot of people don't talk about percentages of rain too much, but it's more so the area. What percentage of the area and how confident you are that there's even going to be rain. And I just do it all in my head whenever I see. So if I'm looking at my maps, I can see they're very scattered. So I'll go, 40%. Or if it's like barely anything, like today, just a few north that are going to fizzle out. 20%.
Yeah, because I know people in Ambridge, Brighton Township, other places. Oh yeah, we got a lot of rain last night. In Coppell, we didn't get a drop.
I know.
Yes,
it's like that at my house too. And Billy's like, my husband's like, this is the weirdest weather. I'm like, that's what pop-up showers and storms mean. I mean, you could do a example and hold a water balloon up and just pop it and boom.
And that's where it is.
That's where it lands.
That's what you get.
Yep.
So in other words, when you're watching the weather, just enjoy Mary. Don't worry about the forecast.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
And do you ever, like the Weather Channel, and do you ever watch that and see some of their antics on there? I mean, it's all showbiz, right?
Yeah.
And so they're performing in front of the cameras, and people like that. Do you ever think
Yeah.
about, when the snow comes out, let me go outside, let me make snow angels, or,
I
let me
did
try.
a few. I did a few of those before, and I threw some snowballs, made some snowballs, got up on this salt mound last year. What else? Did some experiments with pop bottles before. Oh, when I was in Steubenville, I did an experiment with a soda bottle, and it exploded in my face on there.
Oh,
it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a great TikTok if that was a thing back then. But yeah, it happens
that's
and
in
it's
your
live TV. You just go with it.
Your highlight reel when
I
you send it out to
know.
places.
Man, I think
and you work with Ray Peller, right? So
I love
he does all
Ray.
these kind of things with his daughter, right?
Yes, he's so brilliant. I love him. He has the best energy. So I just saw something on TikTok today about erasing with heat. You can take a pen and a lighter and the heat erases. And I was like, I have an idea for you to, hey, Ray, look into this and figure out how that works. Because it only works with certain colors. So he always has some good things stirring up.
She loves Ray.
Our mind's always just...
Is there anybody, because you are a bubbly personality, is there anybody that you dislike? Is there anybody that you say, I just can't stand
Somebody
her?
just asked me that the other day. And I was like, you know what? Dislike and hate are just such strong words. I try to find the good in everybody. In life, I've just realized, you've got to find the good in everybody because everybody has good in them.
Yeah. And it's a competitive business. And you can tell how important the weather is to people in western Pennsylvania because every station has 3 or 4 meteorologists now.
Yeah.
And it's Storm Center weather, Storm Tracker.
We're First Alert now.
We're First Alert.
We just got that brand.
Yeah. And it's like, it's going to be sunny today, but First Alert.
Yeah.
You're expecting something.
We definitely, so whenever we got the brand, we had so many meetings on this too. So we have our graphics that have First Alert on it and say it, but we only use First Alert weather days when there's going to be severe weather and that we can warn in a place so that we're not overusing it, so that whenever someone does hear us say First Alert, they're like, oh, wait, they're talking about something that's important that's coming up that's really going to impact. So we've branded it, but we're limiting it.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah. Okay, very good. And in these on the stations, because there are at least 3, it seems, meteorologists on every station. So somebody's got to be the chief meteorologist. They're only going to spread so much money around to all the people.
We don't have one.
And so they're going to say, "This is the chief." This and they kind of pay you in that respect by titles, stuff like that. But you're all on the same plane.
Same plane. With experience, obviously you get more money, all that stuff.
Sure.
So right now, Ray does do a lot. He does Haiku, he does the Hay Rays, and I look up to Ron and Ray for everything.
Yeah.
We always talk in our text groups and we go through the forecast, and we're usually all on the same page. It's seriously the best team. We all work so well together.
And besides Ron and Ray, there are a couple other meteorologists.
Oh yeah, we
just
have
brought in somebody the last 6
Felicia.
months.
And today's her birthday.
Okay.
So
Happy birthday,
I just
Felicia.
saw her whenever she ran in, and then Kristen. Yes. So Kristen does the weekends. I see her a couple times. I usually see Ron and Ray more, but everyone's fantastic.
And you were co-hosting Pittsburgh Today for a while. You were working on that show anyway.
I did a while ago. I haven't co-hosted in a while, but I did do the weather for them today, and they had me do this morning they had me do a Britney Spears quiz thing, and they told me yesterday I was going to do it, and I'm like, okay, sounds good, and I got them all right.
Yeah. Very good. Well, there's a story because I used to bring people on the set, dogs on the set, animals from the Humane Society up there. And I'll tell you the story off the air. We no longer do that. But Heather's great. I love Heather.
Yes. Her and I just did a dance today on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
We saw one and I was like, I need to go outside and get some fresh air. And I saw a dance. I'm like, let's learn this.
Yeah.
In like 3 minutes we had it and did it.
Very good.
I was like, that felt good. Yeah. Now I'm awake.
It's always good to see you. I'm glad that you come back and visit us, and we look forward to more of it.
Yes.
Continued success.
Yeah,
really.
Thank
on
you.
Facebook, check her out on Facebook, TikTok, and all the other social medias. You'll love it. Yeah. And of course on KDKA-TV Weather, meteorologist Mary Ours is our guest and has been our guest today. Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you so much. Always so fun.
She is the best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romigh. Thanks for joining us, and we'll do it again. Stay healthy. Be safe.
Thank you for listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM.